Hey everyone, how's it going? This week on my trade recap video, I have only entered one position this week so far. It's an uneventful week, but I did able to capture this move here on Aussie Kiwi. And as you can see here, I am currently live on two entries on Aussie Kiwi. And there's a scaling entry and then there was the initial entry. So let's take a look at my overall analysis, my management, and my current outlook on this one. So starting with the higher time frame here on Aussie Kiwi, you can see that if we zoom out here, we're still in this larger correction here still, but you can see if we get into the current prices that we are seeing a clear kind of a double bottom area. You can see also that the previous low where price formed kind of a similar structure like a descending structure where price had that bullish impulse on the price. So naturally we can expect similar kind of price action here to have that bullish up move to at least the highs of this correction. If we zoom out here, we could look at previous price action. Every time when price forms into these kind of a descending or falling wedge kind of bullish reversal, we tend to have that really sharp impulse and move to the upside after the price has finished correcting. And to me, same can easily happen here. And looking for entry here isn't bad for these type of reversal opportunity as we can see in this overall correction. Aussie Kiwi tend to do that when we have a higher time frame kind of a descending structure that is a bullish reversal in nature. Now, if we look overall here in the price, as you can see, price formed into that larger kind of higher time frame descending structure, and then price also formed into a smaller lower time frame descending channel. And to me, that is kind of the first sign of the market where price is likely to give you that bullish up move, to give you that bullish reversal. And around this time already, I was looking to myself like, well, are we gonna get a continuation here that can push up the price, or naturally you can wait for price to actually uh, impulsively out of this correction to look for an entry. I think that's both fine. I was looking at this entry here, but I think the stop loss here, the entry order here would be quite big, and I don't think that fits my plan. But I did wait for the price to break out here and then lower time frame correction to get in, and this is how I got in on a few entries here. First entry, I saw price break to the upside, and then kind of a little bit pullback. But to me, this is kind of a smaller descending channel. All I was looking for is price to impulsively break, and if there's any sign of bullish activity, I'm fine entering this. It's something that I have backtested over the years, and I'm fine entering these with a 25 pip stop loss right here, and set the entry order price basically tag me in, and kind of push up, push up, push up to the upside. And around this time, when it's about heading about 1 to 1 or so, and breaking above previous high, I move it to break even. And this was my second kind of scale in entry where price did give you a smaller correction. If we look closely here, another smaller continuation, and I was looking for a scale in entry, and I was fine entering another scaling entry as long as my first entry was at break even. And price kind of take me in, hover down, and push up again. Um, Basically almost hitting 1 to 1 and basically hitting the previous high as well. So again, this is sometimes where my scaling entry, I will move it to break even now instead of holding on to it because my first initial position has not in profit yet. And during the rollover time, unfortunately, it just kind of just had a bigger spread during rollover and just tagged me out here for break even. So basically my second entry ended up with a break even. But once the price developed into another flag, another continuation price action, after the rollover, after the spread has come down, then I enter my third scaling entry. And during this time, when the price is already pushing up a little bit more, so I was able to comfortably move my first initial position stop loss to plus 1%, so 1 to 1 risk reward, and then enter this third scaling entry, knowing that even if I took a loss here on the third one, my first entry is already at plus 1, so I'll be break even by that. So price pushed the upside and basically just continue forming into a larger structure. It's hovering around quite often. It's basically in this little bit of range where 30, 40 pips or so. It's kind of moving around, but this is a good thing to see because we know that likely we're going to get another consolidation. Perhaps a consolidation like this where we can notice that we already kind of impulsively break out of that higher time frame structure. So actually to wait for a correction here, wait for continuation that could easily lead to another upside move to the high, which is my initial or main target here for both of the positions. Now, if you look at here, my second entry, it's a hit about 1 to 1, but it has not break any previous high yet, so I didn't move it to break even. I'm fine leaving the price right now. It's at a -1 still. I know that price is likely to correct here a little bit, and during the market close during that rollover into the Monday time. I didn't want to choke the price, as you can see if I did. the price here or here would have taken me off a break even, and that would be the same situation here. And because my first position was already at +1, so I'm happy to kind of leave the position at a -1 just to hold through this overall correction and overall spread. And on Monday, if we do get consolidation here a little bit longer, then I do expect this up move here to continue. And again, holding my second entry, this third scaling entry, and my first initial entry, I would have potentially hit about 13 to 1 or so, which is what I'm making for this main target area. And that's about it, guys. There's no other trades that I entered this week. There's a pretty mellow week so far. In my weekly outlook and market update, I did go through all the pairs that I'm looking at. But again, this is where patience comes in, right, guys? We don't need to enter so many positions. We don't need to enter so many entries. We focus on the higher probability one. We know which ones are working out, which one that we have backtests and done chart work with, and we stick to the one that is going to give you a higher probability of reaching to your target. So there it is, guys. That is my weekly trade recap video. Only one position, which is just Aussie Kiwi, but I have three entries here that I took this last week. First entry that is still live, running I think about 2% or so, and second entry end up with a break even during the rollover time, and third entry right now is hovering around the entry point. So any question, comment, feedback, welcome to let me know, guys, and I will chat with you guys all on Monday for my weekly market update. Thank you very much.